Well, welcome to a video interview for the Minnesota Search Engine Marketing Association. I'm Aaron Weike, Director of Events, and I'm happy today to be joined by our next guest for our April 24th event, Arnie Kuenn. Arnie is President of Vertical Measures. He is a foremost expert on the world of link building, search, social, and content marketing. And he's joining us on the 24th to talk about why every marketer needs a link building strategy. So Arnie, welcome and thanks for taking time to sit down and give us a little bit of a teaser on what we can expect.
Oh, thanks, Aaron. I appreciate it. I'm glad to do it.
You bet. So tell us a little bit about Vertical Measures and what you do on a day-to-day basis.
That could take up the entire time we have, but
well,
okay. Well, Vertical Measures, we're based in Phoenix, Arizona, and we are a search, social, and content marketing services company. We do strategy, but we also actually deliver the services. We do a lot of content development creation for our clients, lots of link building. Obviously SEO is pretty much at our roots, and so that's what we do. We happen to specialize in a couple industries, travel, education, and healthcare.
Great. Now, obviously, as the competition in the world of search engine result pages and everything else has greatly increased, link building has jumped to the forefront much more these days. But just how long have you guys, been in the link building game and been at the heart of it?
Well, Vertical Measures from day one, which is just actually a little bit over 6 years. I've been doing it for probably, I counted up, well, since '99, so whatever that is, about 13 years. Didn't really realize I was doing link building when I first started. I was just trying to get traffic to my websites and out asking people if they would link to it. Turned out that that's what became defined as link building. And it's a good chunk of our business, and I'm actually glad to hear you say that you think it's at the forefront. I think there's a lot of SEOs and a lot of people talking about link building's dead, or the old SEO is dead, because of a lot of the things that Google's doing. It's absolutely harder, but it's still one of the most important factors for rankings, period.
Absolutely. Well, my personal opinion, it's one of the biggest differentiators that's out there, and when you do it right, you really can set yourself apart.
Yep.
With that, how important is link building in relation to the other SEO activities that are out there that, probably, if anything, end up being maybe the more glamorous or the more appealing that more people have an understanding of?
Yeah, you're right. Nobody really wants to do link building. It's not the most glamorous thing, but I think it's still the #1 factor. And I know SEO Moz comes out with a ranking. I think it's every 2 years, and I've participated the last couple of times. And generally, the SEOs, when they have a chance to vote and vote unanimously, they'll still say link building is the most important factor. And you can see it. Like you mentioned. I mean, you see it on your website, your clients' websites. If you can get some really good, high-quality links that helps establish the authority of your site or your client site, it just makes all the difference in the world.
Okay, so let's break down that authority with the question. What link do you think would end up helping your site more? A link from a very authoritative, that's a totally unrelated website, or a link from a standard but a highly relevant website inside the same area?
Ah, good question. I wish I knew for sure, but it's so hard to do really good quality research online. It's just so hard to have what do you call that in research, a default, because anything can happen on the web, right? A control. But I would definitely lean towards, as my personal opinion, towards the higher authority site. For example, if Vertical Measures could get an awesome link from CNN, which has almost nothing to do about what we do, or maybe ESPN, I would take that over a link from somebody's standard blogging about SEO. I just think that the juice overwhelms the relevance in that particular case.
Nice. So obviously in this whole world of search, we've seen and we hear the term convergence all the time now. Social media has entered the game with signals that end up applying within the link building and the search landscape. So talk a little bit about how has social media changed the link building game?
Well, I'll be a politician, and I won't answer your question first. I'm going to get my point in first. I'm really glad to hear you say convergence. I feel like I may have been one of the ones that coined that phrase. It's the subtitle of my book, which came out about a year and a half ago, and now I feel like I see that everywhere. But
oh, you're mentioning it?
What's that?
Do I owe you a nickel for
Yeah,
mentioning it,
exactly.
or
Yeah. Right.
one per-
If I only had a nickel for every, right. Uh, so your question about social media, I mean, it's changed link building and SEO, I think, quite a bit, and I think all in our favor. When we were doing link building 5, 6 years ago, and Facebook existed, but it wasn't anywhere near the powerhouse, or Twitter, I don't think existed at all. In LinkedIn and so on and so forth. What was really, really hard, I mean, it was real manual link building then, constantly reaching out to website after website. Today, if you can produce, if we work with our clients, or if you can produce really, really good content and then let people know about it through these huge social networks, you can get very natural, editorially given links to that content, and that's something we just couldn't do years ago. So not only does it help get direct links to your site, but I think everybody has pretty much conceded that if you can get mentions and links in these social sites, that all of those citations and links actually really help with your rankings as well.
Awesome. Besides link building, I know you're all about content marketing. So two-part question. First, I would love to just get your quick, download on the importance of content marketing and how it's evolving today. And then secondly, I've already invested the time, read your book, thought it was fabulous. A number of our attendees are going to get a copy of the book for free, courtesy of Spider Trap, when they show up at the event on the 24th. So maybe you can blend from talking a little bit about content marketing, and then your book really, really focuses on that. So give us a little bit of a teaser for what they'll find in the book, Accelerate.
Yeah, I'd love to. Thanks. I appreciate that. And thanks for sponsoring. Well, the book, obviously, as I mentioned a minute ago, is all about the convergence of search, social, and content marketing. But it's been defined as, and I think it's pretty true, that it's a more or less a how-to guide for content marketing. It's an 8-step process that we kind of developed here, that I roll out in the book. And I just think content marketing is, obviously, I mean, it sounds like I'm late to the game, but I think a couple of years ago we really started to migrate vertical measures this way. It's just critical, and Google's making it so, and that's really helped our business, and I think it's helping our industry, and hopefully it helps get rid of a lot of the garbage on the internet. But one of the lines that I heard actually at a content marketing conference, I think it was a Content Marketing Institute slide that I saw, where content marketing is basically owning your advertising, where traditional advertising, if you're putting something on a billboard or TV, radio, even a display ad on the web, you're kind of renting that space. But if you can produce really good, engaging content on your website, that lives forever, and you own it, and it's a great investment.
That's a fabulous analogy. I think any marketer can tie in and relate to. For those who are not, I'll just come out and say it, they're not going to be smart enough, and they're not showing up for our event on the 24th, where can they get a copy of your book if they still want to be enlightened by what you put together in Accelerate?
That was pretty blunt. Well, they can get it on Amazon. You can go to Amazon and search for Accelerate and my name, or Accelerate, probably search and content marketing, it'll show up. So it's available on Amazon in both a print version and a Kindle version. And the Kindle version right now is only $2.99, so it's a pretty good bargain. Just love to see copies get out there, so that's how they can find it. But they really should come to the event on Tuesday, and that's the best way to get it.
Hey, a plug for a plug. I love it. Well, I don't want to ask too many more questions around your content, because I want people to show up on the 24th and be able to take in just, I think, a great national expert that's going to grace our presence. And give us all a lot more to chew on around link building, search, social, and content marketing. But one final question for you. So with all of your knowledge and your tool set and arsenal, if there was one company or organization or something that aligns with your hobbies, passions, or an organization you admire, who would Arnie Kuenn do content marketing and link building for these days?
That's a good one. Well, I think my passion is travel. I want to do much more than I have done, and that's probably a pretty common trait with a lot of people. And we do a lot in the travel market. And I would say one of the big hotel chains is who I'd probably like to target. I just see their competitors, Expedia and Hotels.com and so on. they just seem to be doing a much better job at unique content, getting traffic, getting rankings, and I think the actual large chains have a huge opportunity that they need to take advantage of.
So we need to hook you up with the Carlson family when you're up here.
Hey, that'd be great if you could do that. Yeah, you bet.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Arnie. I really appreciate it. Anything you want to leave us with is one last little comment on what people can expect from you as a very seasoned speaker, PubCon and SMX, and we're very excited to bring you into Minneapolis and appreciate you taking the time. And what can we buckle up and prepare for on April 24th?
Well, that's a good one, but you know, I think what I'm going to talk about a lot is link attraction and how to get that done. You know, drawing links to your site instead of going out and manually pursuing links. And I'm pretty much, my presentation is going to be about half and half. I'll show how to go out and manually get links, but also how to attract them. And I think that's probably the summary without letting too much out of the bag.
Awesome. Well, we're really looking forward to it. If you're watching this video and you haven't signed up yet, just the event pass is $30, and you can go to MnSearch.org and get yourself on that list. If you're on the fence, these are the great type of speakers and content experts that we're featuring with Minnesota Search. $125 for a yearly membership, and you get access to 4+ of these types of events. Our first event was a smashing success with Raven Tools, and Arnie has a big step ahead of him, but I think he can bring it up a whole nother level. So we'll look forward to seeing you up here in Minneapolis on the 24th, Arnie, and thanks so much for taking the time to talk with us.
Great. We'll see you on Tuesday, Aaron.
All right.
All righty.